In this video, I am going to show you how to do part 3 of our project in which we calculate the true price of buying a car. I have up here a sample spreadsheet. These people decided to buy a Subaru Crosstrek for $35,998 with an interest rate of 14.95%. You should have that filled out in your basic info tab of your group's project. And we should have already filled out the second tab, accrued expenses. So we're going to skip to the third tab, payment calculations. Just as a sample, I'm going to do the payment calculations for 60 months, but it's going to work the same for all of the different payment calculations. The first question is total selling price. I can get that back here by copying with Control C, that selling price, and then Control V, pasting it in there. Then it asks for the down payment. I don't need to get out a calculator to do this. It's 10% of the selling price. And I'm going to use my spreadsheet to make this happen by pressing equal and then clicking on the selling price and multiplying by 0.10 because it is 10%. I press enter and I should see the 10%. So then I have the loan amount. The loan amount is going to be equal to the total selling price minus the down payment that I made. My loan amount is $32,392.20. It already says 60 here because that is how long, 60 months is how long my loan is. That's the same as 5 years. And I'm going to go back now to figure out the rate that my group agreed upon. This group decided that they would qualify for a 14.95% interest rate. I'm going to copy that and paste it over here into the rate tab. And you can see when I did that the monthly payment was automatically calculated at $769.90. Just to show you that again, I'll undo that paste. Now it says number div divided by 0 exclamation point. That's a very strange amount. That means it doesn't have the information that it needs. But as soon as I put in the rate, it will tell me what the monthly payment is. So now I know the monthly payment. And if you click on that box, you can see the rather complicated formula up at the top that calculated the monthly payment. Luckily, that was pre-entered. No worries if you accidentally erase it. I can always put it back in there. All right, let's keep going. So it says down payment again. I could type it in again, or I can just put equals and click on the down payment that I already entered, and it will copy it right down there. That autofill is not what I want. So monthly payment, again, I press an equal sign and then click on the monthly payment that I already calculated. And now it wants to know the total of all payments. So I need to write a formula here that takes into account that I put $3,599.80 down and I paid $769.90 for 60 months. I'm going to do this with a formula without entering any new numbers. So I'm going to start with an equal sign and then click on the down payment I made and then add to that with a plus sign the monthly payment, which I need to make with a times sign 60 times. So the down payment plus the monthly payment times the length of the loan. If I press enter, it will show me that when I'm all said and done, I will have paid $49,793.85 for the car. And that's not including all of the associated expenses. We are just focusing on the actual cost of the car as opposed to the cost of maintaining and having it run with the gas, etc. So how much did I spend on interest? Well, I'm going to do another formula. So again, I start with an equal sign, and I'm going to take the total that I paid and subtract the total selling price. So the $49,793.85 minus $35,998. But I'm not going to use a calculator. I'm going to use this formula here where I put equals F14 minus F2. And so it turns out that I spent $13,795.85 on interest, which is quite a bit because the interest rate was quite high, the car was quite expensive, and the loan was fairly long. Okay, and now a couple more calculations to finish off this part. The recommended monthly take-home pay. It is recommended that the monthly payment is no more than 20% of your take-home pay. If I want to calculate how much this person needs to take home each month, I'm going to put an equal sign and then select the monthly payment and divide it by 0.20. What I'm saying there is I'm wondering what number can I multiply by 0.20 to get $769? To figure out what number I need to multiply by, I do the inverse, I divide. And you'll see a number that is 5 times bigger than 769, which is another way you could do it. Because 20% is a fifth of 100, I could put an equal sign, grab the monthly payment, and multiply it by 5, and I'll get that same value. So for the recommended annual salary, well, there's 12 months in a year, so I'm going to take that monthly take-home pay and I'm going to multiply it by 12. And that gives me the recommended annual salary. Now, I know I went through those things quite quickly, but I also know that you can pause the video at any time and rewind as you're following along to try to do those things. Thank you for your work on this. It's pretty cool to see how powerful a spreadsheet can be in calculating all of these financial numbers.